I wish
Here,
I could
I'll make it
replace
even
that
more
A.
disappointing.
God damn it.
Swear to
Jason.
God.
I'm not gonna look now because I'm streaming it.
Okay.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's just. God
It's
damn it,
just
dude.
cringe.
Yeah, you just added cringe to it. Anyway, air, I mean, you guys respawn now, you're multi-life. Your airframes all take 60 seconds to respawn. I still have the spare 119 down as a debug in case some chucklehead decides to try to pylon it. Don't pylon the 119, it breaks the gun placement. Resupply is also there to drop down. Players, you spawn at the starting point. Get to the extraction zone. Once they're at the extraction zone, call up to the FIR whatever operator. He can then tell the Cobra team to RTB, grab the Huey, and bring it up there to pick you up. There's no longer a timer by me. It's literally all player driven. Huey is locked until they're at the blue zone. There's random AAA sites. There's no guided AA unless I misspawn something. But, I mean, air respawns now, so it's not really that much of an issue anymore. Are there any questions from anyone to the Zeus on how this is done?
So, just to be extra, pilots are unlimited lives then?
Yes.
Okay.
All airframes take 60 seconds to respawn.
Understood. Okay, cool.
You should have pylon changing on as well. You should be able to repair when you land and bring it up to a triple RVIC. I reduced the repair times by a factor of 1/3 and the default part time from 15 to 8 seconds. But it's still going to keep you grounded if you get shot to shit.
FLIR has to pass all calls from JTAG to other frames, right?
Correct. In an emergency, like the 119 needs to go back to base, he can have air assets listed on 50. It just gets a lot more miscoordinated.
Oh yeah, Fleur is our air coordinator, isn't he?
Yep. Which is why I want to make sure Devil was here before we did the brief. Because don't you remember that one time we did the brief without Mac Marine, who was the ground commander, and we started the mission without him? That was pretty based. Complete oopsie on my end, but that's why I ask now. Alright, with any luck, this should be done in like 45 minutes to an hour. But let's see if this template's set properly.
Or we die instantly.
I hope not.
We're gonna get bombed to hell.
We gotta give him content, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
We still have to
Listen,
manually connect to the
Jason,
TFAR channel, right?
Knowing Jason, he has way too much power right now.
Bro.
I'm gonna push this
If
through.
I immediately call artillery in on ourselves, does that count as content?
Yeah, if he catches you.
I'm gonna push this through now. Have fun, everyone. Oh, right. Guys, move to the TFAR channel, if you don't mind, because the thing's different. The password in there is on the channel, similar to how we normally do stuff. Alright. Oh, thank you. I mean, that's not drug money, but drug titty. This is high on 5-0. Alright. Oh, there goes Spiegel. Oh yeah, Bloodwind's here. We just started the stream though, so don't eat my mic. No, that only happens in Florida. Thank you. Alright, let me go ahead and lock that. Well, I'm just gonna keep it unlocked. Oh, not to you. I'm talking to it.
50 check.
Good check.
Good check.
So who does 50 checked? Are you part of the SOG team?
This is JTAC 50.
Okay, cool. See, we've got the range now. We fixed that issue. Alright. And then that looks like that's everyone moved in. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and set our skills. We have a new doctrine for doing these. It's literally going to be a 90 and then a 5. Because there's such thing as overwhelming firepower.
Godfather, this is Soggy Boy's radio check.
So Purgatory, you buying SOG now after that little mishap? Max Hearts, how you doing? Syrup, how you doing? Lurking,
Okay.
King of Dwarves, how you both doing? Kane, I'm gonna write up an announcement later for the Thingamajig.
This is Godfather on 50. This is Godfather on 55.
Godfather, when you move to 5.5, make sure you give it like 2 or 3 seconds, otherwise you're gonna keep broadcasting on 50 even if you shift to 5.5. How copy, Godfather? Oh boy. Radio problems, my favorite. Alright. So I'm gonna be dynamically running stuff
Godfather,
around.
this is Soggy Boy.
Godfather, you did not transmit. Over.
This Godfather, say last.
Godfather, Soggy Boy is moving off starting point, heading south. Let me know when you have assets in the AO.
Copy, will do.
Alright, so here's the deal. This is SOG Prairie Fire. This is my take on a Prairie Fire situation. We have a bunch of air assets going in the sky. We've added a Cobra recently. Basically, there's a radio operator in this 119. The 119 also has a bunch of guns on the side. Let's call something check. And he's gonna basically be coordinating with getting a bunch of jets in the air as well as that one helicopter. The SOG team is a one-life element. They are trying to get to the extract zone. Once they're at the extract zone, the Cobra can go and land, pick up the Huey, and then pick everyone up who is still alive, and then bring them back to the airbase. The ground team has a long-range backpack that can do both call-ups to the air assets as well as artillery support. That's something else I added. And this is meant to be one of the most difficult things I've ever made. We've been tweaking it pretty hard.
Be advised, rough route is starting point to Alpha 3, from Alpha 3 to Alpha 4. How
There's
copy?
a bunch of random AA sites down.
Good copy.
To help distract air, and then I've got all this other stuff patrolling. I'll be pulling squads over to try to fight the player base here to keep them pinned down. Because of how hectic this is, though, we've just been tweaking it multiple times. For the third iteration, the last one we did, I was on the ground as the radio operator to get a sense of balance. Because the first time we ran this,
we're
they
able
did
to
a
take
really
out
good
the
job.
AA position, correct?
But the second time, they kind of failed it horribly.
Be
multiple
advised, that's a
times.
question for Godfather. Godfather's control over all air assets.
So, third iteration, I decided to try it myself. And we're going to track them with some trackers immediately. So,
Woo Tilda.
give their mine layers something to do with that.
Say again, last JTAC?
But with that iteration,
JTAC
I literally
has no
made it to
control
the
over
end
air
and got
assets
killed as
unless
the
it
last
goes
guy,
through
and it was
Godfather.
fun as hell. But it showed me what I still need to balance for this scenario itself. I'm really quiet compared to the radio volume. Yeah, so OBS really likes to mess with my audio on everything, so I'm waiting for a radio call out to adjust that. Now I should sound a bit better. I'm at maximum, but I don't know why, but ever since a month ago, OBS has been recalibrating all my audio now, and it's been a gigantic pain in the ass, so I gotta keep remessing with everything like the day of. I'm hoping the latest OBS update starts to fix it, but if anything, it's only making it worse. It's okay if they don't hear the gunshots. I did not forget. I intentionally did not put tracker modules down this time because I'm trying another way to just do unit spawns, but we'll see how things go. I feel like this valley is going to be the one that really gets them pinned, but we'll see. We will see. You can hear the helicopter coming in. The one issue with the heli is if it gets a little too comfortable, ground fire might be able to take it out, because I do have a lot of stuff that could potentially shoot that heli down. This also being an edge of the map run is going to be quite interesting because going all the way to the edge, that final push is going to be the most difficult part, but I do have
Soggy boys
plenty of
to
AAA that can start engaging when it activates.
Send it.
But
Squad lead requesting
Alright,
that
watching their
your air
link.
assets engage any
yeah, their audio
AA
is
around
a
the
little
alpha
louder
markers.
than mine. That's a little
Copy.
annoying, but the mines are starting to go off. Wow, ineffective. I might have to half their health. That's kind of weird. Alright, 1 second. Let me adjust the game audio, knock that down a few pegs. Because you always want the microphone to be louder than the actual game audio.
Boys, rough SOG record on map.
Yeah, now you hear the AAA going.
This is Cobra.
These guys got
and the
combat
units
knots,
in the
so-
town used to be.
Now you have air
Go
bombing
copy, Cobra.
stuff.
Godfather. A3 looks clear at this time.
So I'm reacting to the mines that
Go
went off, but
copy,
having that
Godfather.
constant helicopter above is also going to keep them pinned. I'm gonna send infantry up though and start having stuff run up the edge of the map. Gonna keep stuff small for now, but this is basically all about reacting to what the player base is doing and all the air assets I have in the AO. I can always also RC something and shoot at them.
Hill, A3, large squad, north of A3 marker requesting fire.
It's up and have everything react.
Jeez, Liru. Hey, could I get a quick heal? I'm in the aircraft. I took off a bit hard. Just injured myself.
Do you not have bandages?
No, only 2.
Godfather, how copy?
Jason, I can't set a precedent.
Large squad, north of A3 marker requesting fire.
Send again.
200 meters north of A3 marker, large squad moving east, requesting fire on that target.
This is Cobra.
Yeah, actually, I can't even.
We're moving to engage now.
Jay-Z, I can't even heal you in the aircraft.
Okay.
I can't. Like, I'd have to teleport him out of it and then bring him back in, so he's gonna have to work with it, unfortunately.
I hear the Cobra is going to engage.
Hey, firm, go copy.
Alright, Cobra's working.
This is Cobra engaged. 1 squad north of the A3 mark.
Now it's a matter of what do I send over to try to lock things down, and I think the first thing's gonna be a little bit of AAA. If I can find it. It would have to be under cars, it would be, yeah.
Cobra, disengage. Cobra, disengage. This is Godfather.
Godfather, SOG boys, still contact on that hillside. SOG team is moving to the west.
I had a feeling they'd just run the edge of the map, which makes it a little hard to box in, also gives air a perfect place to hide, but at least it just reminds me of how the player base operates.
To SOG, we're engaging units to the north of your position.
Again, the real line is gonna be that final little stretch, so I'm gonna start prepping that. And then everything that's extra here, I'm just gonna delete so we can start getting rid of that AI pathing and not having to worry about it.
Soggy Bay to Godfather.
That position's been more or less nullified. I'm gonna pull stuff back to the LZ. The Cobra's definitely helped. You've got the AAA site now firing.
Soggy boys to further.
Coming in for.
Well, the AA does seem to be firing at something. Plus, we're about to get the AAA in, so we'll see how that goes. A bunch of stuff got annihilated up here. I'll delete some of the bodies. We still have... Oh, he's just completely damaged, so that thing's pretty much disabled for this iteration. They just dropped a bomb on that AAA site. It's definitely taking attention away.
Soggy boy to further.
This is Godfather. We're returning to base.
Good cop.
Air assets.
Soggy boy to any air assets in the AO.
This is Cobra, go.
Soggy has
Hull
reached
got hit,
marker
and
A3,
Rube, I think
moving
the gunner
south.
is
We have large
uncon in there.
contact hill south of A3
That's
on
a
the
big
northern
oof.
face, requesting engagement.
Copy. Can you put a smoke on enemy position?
Negative, we're too far away. If you look south of A3, large pile of rocks are in that general AO.
This is Cobra. We're looking south of A3. We're not seeing anything at the moment. Negative.
Oh, he went forward. I would have gotten him.
Cobra's gonna engage the targets north.
That one's behind him. Oh, the confusion is making it tougher to track, so I'm going to be manually setting tracking. With the route they're going. 119. I hope it doesn't land on that side because it's going to have a really long taxing back. You got air assets engaging. And his players are in a really tough spot right now, but I got nothing to really ambush them because air is kind of making everything panic.
Cobra, advise, SOG team is starting to head up to that A4 marker at this time. Watch your fire.
The AT guy's all the way in the back.
Copy. SOG's engaging units north of the A3 mark.
Looks like they're striking all of the stuff at the various LZs. Just a bit of guesstimation right now, but eventually that Cobra is going to be dry on ammo. Oh, he is up there.
Air assets, advise, squad leader reporting contact southwest of Alpha 4 if you can get eyes on your clear to engage. Be advised,
You can still hear the RPG. It's lost momentum. It's now going back down. Return to sender. We're gonna have a pretty nasty CQC fight in a second. I'm gonna respawn that unit so it moves again. Yeah, and then with that shooting, we'll finally be able to walk AI on their position proper. So I think we have Mac doing the pathfinding here. He's gonna utilize these ridges to then start walking his forces in. You got marksman firing at the AI down there. 919 being out of commission early is a bit of a pain.
SOG team is moving southeast from A4, heading to Small Village.
The sub team, there's enemies on in west of the A4 mark.
A-Farm Cobra, if you have eyes on you, to engage.
Now the difficult part is trying to
Can
push
you
everything in
update the
position
map
here.
so we know where you are?
You can see all the ground fire that thing's taking. They're just so high up, I don't really have an opportunity to RPG them.
We're heading towards those buildings on that ridge. Eyes on.
No.
Smoke is SOG team moving on that ridge.
Copy, SOG team. We engage the enemies.
Not much I can do in that situation.
Good copy, thank you.
Giving them a Cobra greatly does change the capability of what I can do. Because with that thing providing such direct support, it does make it a little bit tougher. So I gotta be a little heavier handed with the actual AAA.
All air assets. Red smoke is viable enemy target. Be advised, blue smoke is friendly.
Good copy. J-Tech.
This is Cobra, we're moving to engage the enemies.
Just not on an angle to really do any RPGing on them.
Pegasus engaging west, sorry, south of north. Rockets.
It's just a matter of can I get a AAA vehicle close enough to actually strike them.
Shot north to south.
And that is the difficulty. But we are still getting what we want with the air assets engaging everything. But this is all happening without a radio operator because the radio operator on the plane, I mean, because he RTB'd. So I'm trying to respawn stuff to push in. I'm gonna respawn this guy just to group them because these guys are all dead. So I want to get that deleted.
Engaging north to south.
That area got fully striked, so I'm gonna say that moves out.
South at the base of the hill.
Oh, he's got flechette rockets going into that spot.
Team is on blue smoke.
You can see all the little shots that came in. I'm not gonna do MiGs.
Copy.
Maybe later in iterations, I might consider trying to balance AA, but, or excuse me, stuff like that, but not yet. Send in the AN2s, yeah, right? If we ever do add the, whatchamacallit mod, Redux, Sun Redux, then yeah, I'll consider it. Yeah, the thing is my AAA is getting pinned early on, but it is trying to hit the Cobra, so it at least is putting pressure on him if he tries to hover. And you are having bombs land on enemy units pretty accurately. I think that might also be Willie Pete artillery at the player base is trying to walk in. Whimsical, I think, just stepped on one of his own mines. Yeah, it's definitely 115 Willie Pete landed. But these are meant to be like fast and loose, very quick scenarios of, you know, whatever we got. We throw into the fray, but at the same time, they're over halfway there, but they were riding the edge of the map for so long, which limited my ability to do any spawning. But now we can really up the ante here and get a lot more spawned in. It's gonna really rely on them coordinating with air assets to get this done, because otherwise they're gonna have an entire squad walk on them. But with these ridges, it does allow for air a lot better, or not a lot better, a lot easier of a time to actually find where the enemy is and engage them. They have definitely taken on a good majority of these AA sites.
B5 mark.
So I'm going to keep throwing in AAA to help stall air. Because this is all just an attrition fight between me and the player base when you really want to break it down.
So team, are you going to move along the ridge east?
Good copy. Moving east rough marker, heading towards this B5. Bravo 5.
got eyes on you.
Having more stuff landing on the
Ground is
players here, some
Godfather,
of the AI.
aka 3 minutes until we're back.
Good copy.
So the 119 is taxing again. They fixed whatever issue they had, which is good.
Air asset, red smoke.
AAA
is
immediately
clear to
annihilated,
engage.
good
All
God.
keeps moving east of that smoke.
And they're red smoking their rear here.
Copy. Cobra's engaging.
Pegasus engaging. Friendlies east.
So that's the Cobra hitting that.
Don't engage the friendly.
Red smoke is clear to engage. Hit that village hilltop hard.
I got no AAA to send in.
Good copy.
Cobra's moving off, but if you want
So that's another feature that you got to think about for stuff like this is,
Copy.
so that is dynamic artillery strike on their rear.
Coffin current self-tasking is.
But yeah,
searching
the Cobra is
current.
great, but
Hitting. Over.
if I can get AAA on it, then it's pretty much dead. Or it just takes one lucky rocket. Like that, like that, like that. Oh, it was right behind it. Oh, the angle was perfect.
So team.
I was just a little
When you
early.
go east and you go off the hill, there's going to be enemies to your north and to your south.
Good copy, Cobra.
Oh, that was perfect. Unfortunately, it was just short. Or just lawn, actually. Because the round was behind the airframe by the time it flew around. No.
Air assets, everything west of the smoke, you are clear to engage. We have contacts on our ass.
Understood.
SOG team is moving rough to the smoke marker.
No. Too early. You do have VC running right into them and giving them a few hits. I did make them a little tankier in the sense that they can take more shots before they get knocked uncon. But again, Air being up there, he eventually has to be out of ammo too. That's what I'm watching for is when will he be out of ammo? And then when they get to the LZ, they will have to abandon that frame to go grab the Huey anyway. I think they know that, so they're trying to drop a lot of rockets right now.
Soggy boys to Godfather, are you back on station?
This is Godfather, we're above you. Send message.
Yeah, so
we are
119 is back in
taking
play.
tracers hilltop south of blue smoke marker, requesting engagement.
This is Cobra engaging.
So they're marking their own position. I guess these three are pulling back because they realize they're a little far. What I'm worried about seeing is another blue-on-blue incident, but JTAC's doing a good job of coordinating with air, at least through smoke, where friendlies are. Just friendlies need to make sure they collapse on that smoke so you don't accidentally get struck. And they're dealing a good chunk of casualties here to stop any advancing and force the AI into defend only, which makes them all clump up with each other. And then I still have all this rear stuff trying to push in, but I guess the groups that are super far back, I'm just going to delete, because at this point their will is broken to actually continue the fight.
Godfather, reference smoke contacts west, roughly 100, 150 meters, requesting engagement.
Dog team, north of your...
This is definitely more of what I envisioned, though.
Pegasus requesting strike, FM1, below the red line.
Jesus.
South of red line in the forest.
Yeah, and as you can see, the Cobra is doing a very effective job here. It's a race of can I get AAA in position to do anything about it, and the answer is honestly no. So I'm going to keep spawning it farther out, because that's all I can really do to simulate something like this, but
Godfather, Soggy Boys.
for what I have right now, that's it.
Air asset is by Soggy to FM2. Hold your fire on that target.
Okay. This is Cobra, we're yellow on ammo. We're gonna use these last 5 rockets and RTB to rearm.
That guy got stuck on a rock. So you see them still striking that crowd. I mean, that's a majority of the slower assets doing that, but it looks like they're timing it so that some of the air assets are now trying to land back at base to do triple R.
SOG, come in. Is your marker accurate?
Say again, Godfather.
Is your marker accurate?
SOG marker.
Oh, we don't have any BTR ZUs. It's only the BTR 40s.
We are moving.
I've been constantly putting those in now.
FM2 marker.
Quad Maxins, I don't think we do.
Advised, we have contacts out.
I know we
of
have Maxins, but
FM2,
not quad.
1 to 150 meters out.
But again, this is purely an attrition fight.
Be advised, contacts north of that ridge as well. Second valley over 200 out, requesting engagement.
This is Cobra, we're RTB.
So this is where we might see it get more difficult. Cobra is just called RTB. That was their one close asset gone.
Copy.
Because especially with its GMG, it's able to dish out a lot of damage.
Target on red smoke, you're already engaged. We need more shots on that if possible.
Cobra's engaging. Cobra's black and ammo, we're RTB.
Alright.
Godfather, Soggy Boys, be advised we are moving direct south of FM2, heading to extract point.
So their extract zone is right here. There's some craters in it to help give them some local cover. Doing a great job of marking red smoke as well. You got another rocket strike coming in from one of the planes here. We're not doing any AA, only AAA. Difference is anti-air is missiles and guided. AAA is anti-air artillery, which
all
is
air
bullets.
assets advised. SOG team is moving into FM2 marker, heading towards extract point.
Now this is where things might get a little messy. Never mind. Yeah, there's Willie Pete right on their position. Adjusting the mark so now we have it come down instead. They're still fighting some stragglers over here. I've got all of these units trying to come in, but alas, it's not a lot. Again, air is going to really slow down their maneuvering. Yeah, they're literally just engaging anything that comes into the AO. Like within a few minutes, I think they have a built-in radar system that's detecting the ground vehicles, so they're just immediately speeding off to engage them.
Soggy Boy to any air asset.
This is Cobra Gunner, send message.
Are you in the AO?
We are leaving AO to pick up the extract vehicle currently.
Get locked there.
Hey,
real
firm.
quick.
Any other IR assets on station?
Until they get in the blue zone, that's staying locked.
Throw green smoke on your
Oh,
location.
oh god. Little bit of blue on blue right there from the 119.
Pegasus
Blue
150.
smoke, blue smoke. Contacts north of blue smoke. Requesting engagement. Be advised, friendlies on blue smoke tags are north of blue smoke. Immediate engaged.
Now we're waiting for the call. No, we don't have any gate dragons to spawn in right now. Alright.
Copy. Yeah, you can. Is it unlocked or no?
SOG boys, we got AD on blue smoke.
A farms by we have pushed south of blue smoke. Willie Pete marker. We are getting engaged from the south. Be advised, we are going hard here, but security standby for smoke marker on our pause.
They're not in the blue zone yet, and I'm going to be strict about that.
Godfather, smoke is friendlies. We are roughly in 100 meters of that blue smoke. You're clear on any contacts outside of that.
Copy that, copy that.
I'm a little worried that... Okay, no, so they just popped blue smoke on themselves. Good.
Godfather, red smoke will mark enemy positions. If you see it, you are clear to engage.
Pegasus, are you online?
So that was a missed call by Godfather there. I think calling one of the air assets that was supposed to be on 5-5.
Godfather, red smoke southwest of the blue smoke marker. Do not engage. It's very dangerous. Close. Push it more southwest if you are.
This is helicopter pilot. What's the ETA until the Huey is unlocked?
Huey is unlocked when they enter the blue zone and call in for extract. Over. I said that in brief.
Ground, this is hi, this is JTAC.
This is JTech. This is Eyes on message, JTech.
Friendly forces have entered extract, requesting Huey for extract.
Negative. Friendly forces have not entered the blue zone yet. Over.
Good copy.
Oh, I hope he tells his friends that he's putting mines down, because this is going to get really messy if they don't. Oh, the point is for them to get surrounded at this part. That's why we have these really nice craters.
JTAC 2, hi.
This is Hi, send message.
SOG team in extract and requesting Huey.
You're gonna make me be an asshole here, because not everyone is in the blue zone at this time, because otherwise you could just touch it and then run out of it. Over. Now they can call it. Almost. I think they're trying to set up mines right now, which is actually kind of smart.
JTAC too high. Forces finally in extract zone.
Stand by. Helicopter has been unlocked.
Godfather, Soggy Boys, massive contact south. Stand by for red smoke.
So they're gonna half the Cobra and then the Huey. So I'm gonna do my absolute damnest to shoot that thing down.
This is Huey on long range on 50, prepping for takeoff. Will be with you shortly.
Good copy, Huey.
For what I'm trying to deliver here, yeah, the small details do matter quite a bit. So I am going to be a bit of a stickler for them.
Ground, Godfather, attack north of AO on Willie Pete marker. Need fire support.
Because without him, what would be the point? Alright, we're gonna do some additional rounds here. We've already spawned stuff on that route. Oh my god, one did make it. It's not gonna last for long, but hey, it's a start. Oh, Devil's uncon on his own in a trench. That might be our only casualty today. Unless someone runs out and checks on him. Underscore might go for it. He might be able to get him stable.
Soggy Boys, Godfather, question.
Oh, he just got hit.
Soggy Boys, come in.
He is up high.
This is Huey, 1 kilometer out, pop smoke. We're gonna try and land on you. This is the gunner.
Godfather, Soggy Boy.
Send message.
Be advised, need heavy fire all around craters in the center of the extract point. We are under heavy contact, need it clear to get extraction in.
Ah, shit, the 119 just cut one off.
A for all top members, emitters in the middle of the open area.
Going a bit too fast to dodge fire. This landing's gonna be an interesting one, though. Based off these slope surfaces, I can't run any AI up on this side. I'm trying to, though. Looks like they're having the Huey do orbitals at the moment. They're trying to keep everything secure, and you're seeing them actively putting artillery markers down. But they got Devil sorted.
Paper.
I do appreciate the sheer amount of VC bodies, though.
Soggy boys to Godfather.
He's trying to recover with his anti-torque. He just had that airstrike on the AAA VIX, but it's pulling from everything else.
Need you to tell me when the area looks clear enough to get the Huey in.
Oh, that's my secret, Cap. They're always going to be coming in. There is no such thing as not clear enough.
I think right now, Soggy Boys, it's clear as we can get it.
Hey, firm. Huey.
Yeah, he would be right.
Stand by for smoke marker. Get us out of here.
Already got visual in position. If you repop the smoke, we'll get the
Oh,
exact.
shit. Didn't mean to
Stand
spawn
by
that.
for blue smoke marker. Purple smoke, south of extract point.
Got visual
Huey,
on
be
you.
advised.
Visual, visual.
You have 50
We might actually
seconds
get it.
touchdown. Whoever's not in, they get left behind.
Oh, no, 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 not for the best freaking part game. Come on. Now. Now. Oh, thank God. I don't have anything close enough. Well. It would be mean. Oh, and they got the other AA Vic. Ain't that funny? Look at all the bodies. Alright, what have I learned from the Zeus POV on this scenario? First half was a little on the easier side. That's because they were just map border running. The only two things I have is, if we're going to do objectives, make sure they're not on the borders of the map, so they just can't map border run, because it defeats part of the purpose. For this being a test scenario, I like that's overcorrected to be a bit more favorable for the player base, but there were still tense moments, as Air has to coordinate who to send to RTB and whatnot. The only thing that irked me was the Huey and the Cobra splitting and having 1-in-1. I'm going to ban that in the future. But yeah, I think balance-wise, it's good. Like, the ridge fighting was great. That was great. That was just 50 minutes of running. Yeah, exactly. With the player base shitting their pants every second. That's what Prairie Fire is. Is an evac run. But beyond that, balance-wise is good. Because another few things I want to do is experiment with potentially adding Unsun and changing up the air assets as well. I think in place of a Cobra, if we did a Skyrider, that would fix the issue. And instead of a Huey Cobra, we had a Huey gunship for the rockets. I think that would also be better balance-wise. Because I think having the player base do the Huey extract is also a better idea. But yeah. And I'm also debating giving the player base a commando vault that they can put on the LZ, and then that can be their LZ anyway, because I think that also creates a crater. Yeah, get out of here, Schizo. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and index. But I'm curious to hear their thoughts. And immediately, everything erupts in a hail of gunfire. Did I get you guys? Jesus.
Holy shit!
Did I get you
You
guys
didn't
at the
get
end?
me.
Yeah, you did. We went
Yes,
down.
let's go.
You didn't get me because I
User has
jumped.
been banned for
So
drinking.
first off, did we have any casualties other than the person I think who fucking crashed?
Not a single person.
There were some tense moments, but no. I'm gonna chalk that up partially though to some border map running, and then the Cobra crew split and did 1-1, which I almost shot Sam down for. But I mean, this is good to at least have a win on the belt to show that hey, everything's possible. We just need to adjust accordingly. Overall, with my feedback, let me cut my music. I want to say that was good. That is definitely what I wanted, especially the second half, with the player base having to hunker down, kill whatever came up to it, and have air strike it. That was nice. The mountainous terrain really helped. Players were able to take the high ground and have everything around them annihilated. Artillery definitely helped in covering the rear, especially. The mines helped in slowing down the tracker AI. Like, everything worked in this scenario. It's just I feel we overcorrected a little bit. I think the Cobra is a bit too OP. I think I want to experiment with either just having a heavy Huey that isn't able to pick up everyone at once, but I like the method. I can just make the blue zone a little bigger. Another thing I want to experiment with is giving a blue 82, which is the commando vote artillery call-in, which is the giant parachute bomb, because that means we can put a safe patch of LZ anywhere, and then you can call that in on it, and then it'll detonate and then create the LZ. And it also puts a crater down to use as cover. Because I'm trying to think of more ways to get this system automated where I can literally just come in, put a zone down, say the start zone, and then we, have kits and go. But I'm curious. We're just going to go down the list here because I want to hear everyone's thoughts. So just state your role before anything. But I think for iteration 5, which we'll do towards the end of this month or beginning of February, this is definitely a better stepping stone. I'm hoping to have this fully ready to go by maybe the 8th or 9th as we slowly tweak things. But definitely better, I would say. Bror.
Yeah, I was one of the sappers. I don't really have anything to say other than mines are fun.
Underscore.
Also sapper, maybe more variations on the mines. I didn't really find a use for the satchel charge, for example. Granted, we were in
Place it
contact
on
all the
top of
time.
toe popper.
At that point, it'd be personal preference, but other than that, everything went well.
All right, Angel.
Having a scope on your gun is really goddamn good. Really good.
What was your role?
I was the marksman.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It's really been far better than having a fucking machine gun.
Colonel?
As Grenadier, it's just amazing fun. Need some callouts for red foot smoke, but other than that, it's really good.
Some of those red smoke positions were literally on the enemy squads. I want to clarify that was amazing to watch. Because within like 10 seconds, the Cobra would then strike it and kill at least 90% of the personnel. That was great. Daz? Daz is dead. Devil Demon?
JTAC. Yeah, overall comms were fairly good, even when Godfather went off station, Cobra kind of took over a bit. I will agree, I think Cobra might have been the deciding factor in this. It was able to provide very good, close-in support for us. But yeah, chaos and yeah.
I still want to keep that factor, so we'll experiment with a heavy hog next. For the rocket pods at least, and then a side door gun. But the GMG on the Cobra, I mean, 3 shots of that and an entire squad was dead. So it's a little overcorrection there, but if not, I also want to experiment with putting a Sky Raider on, so we'll see. But yeah, no, overall I think it was
definitely
great.
felt it was the kind of thing that at points it very much could have gone south if it wasn't just for probably more luck than anything else.
Yeah. Devious?
Was MG, except for stepping on a mine, which I don't know was friendly or enemy. I had fun.
All right. Ham?
I really enjoyed it. JTech and Grandfather did a really good job, and I had a lot of things to shoot at.
All right. Hobo?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Like short, sweet, to the point, very tense. I like the amount of enemies we were dealing with that actually required us to have fucking air, and it wasn't just a few people.
Jason?
So I was the gunner for the AC 119. I don't know if the guns, how it breaks it. I think it only shoots the one gun, and then the second option is to shoot both. If that's the case, I was only shooting one for majority of the rounds, I think, or for the entire op. So that's what one of those guns can just do, which was absolutely awesome. Shout out to Ruby for doing really awesome flyings and orbiting, and then for FLIR doing good callouts and giving me targets to shoot, and then for Ground on putting that smoke out and telling us what direction to shoot from. That made things really clear, really awesome to find stuff and just engage it, and it was a blast. And for the record, the guns did not have thermals.
All right, Jay-Z?
Flew the Phantom. I would say it was kind of a cakewalk comparatively. I'd say we did a hard lean to being a bit too easy, especially on the air side. Could have done with maybe one or two enemy fast movers to keep things more tense. I spent most of the time searching for AA on the ground and taking it out.
Yep.
So it they never really got a chance to engage us either. So
A few made it at the end. One of the things I am going to potentially experiment with is AA. However, I already stated in the beginning I wasn't going to throw any missiles at you, so then going back on that, I'd feel would have damaged trust. So in the future, we'll look into it. But yeah, for this one, I wanted to keep it to what I had.
Even if it wasn't missile based, I mean, just more like a stationary ground based AA that would have been harder to find, or even a gun Sue.
Well, I also want to state this. The reason air was able to be more effective overall from the plane POV is usually by halfway through the op, 2 of the planes have crash landed. So I removed that as an issue, you know? So that's kind of why. And even then, I don't think we had any planes go down in the landing anyway. But I mean, you can go look at what I wrote in the notes for that one. I had to blank it out as the quote unquote skill issue, but. Yeah, so we'll experiment with what we can, but that's another thing with the Cobra. It was again very effective, but there were still good strikes from the planes overall. So, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, MacBrain.
Yeah, it felt really easy, especially with the Cobra. The communication was fine, although the AO was a bit restrictive in the matter. I looked at the map and I saw there's a massive valley in the center, and I don't really want to push my force into the valley where enemies can shoot down from all sides. So that's why I tried to stay on the mountains.
No,
Unfortunately, the map border was right on our left side, so we hugged that for a bit. But yeah, that was most of it. I was on point, and I didn't die. And that's about it.
All right, Rosen.
I was pilot for the first Phantom. Mainly, yeah, did suppression of enemy air defenses. Only in the later half, when everyone else had fired off their load, I got to do ground strikes in close support. And yeah, not much happened. I was kind of expecting to see like 1 or 2 MiGs to just, fly by, but then again, when Liru does not want to throw it at us, can't do anything about that.
All right. Rube?
I was the pilot in the 119. Other than getting my PP smacked.
Your mic's cutting out.
Other than getting my PP smacked in the beginning for getting too cocky and flying too low. Well,
You did get knocked on, Con.
It cut you off again, Ruby?
Yeah.
God damn it. It went well.
Okay. Ryan?
I was gunner for the first F4C. Mostly attacked anti-air Vex using AGMs. Side note, any foliage will break the lock, which was annoying as shit, but
Sam?
Yeah, power up for the Cobra. Coordinated with the JTAC on the ground, and because we were able to fire quite low and be stationary, it was pretty easy to get eyes on enemy targets and engage them. Yeah, and then at the end there, it made sense to split up, have the co-pilot grab the Huey and continue firing the Cobra just for extra rockets and whatnot.
Serious?
Overall, good.
Alright, serious?
As the gunner said, good job on throwing smoke and telling us where from the smoke they can fire. That's what helped us the most. Thankfully, when the pilot unfortunately went down, we were able to save it and bring it back and land it and get out again. Yeah, good calls from the JTAC. The only thing I would say next time, if you can have 5 minutes to check call signs between air and get online, that would be nice.
Fair. Spiegel?
I was the gunner for the Cobra, and as already been said, it is significantly overpowered for this level of scope, since 300 rounds of 40mm is absolutely excessive, to the point my kill feed at the end, I had to scroll down to see how many different enemies I'd killed. I was looking at 10 per type. It's kind of excessive. It's a bit too strong, yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. And Whimsical.
Yeah, I was the team lead for black teams. So far, we did good. Mostly pull real security, and I thought we were going to die when we got clumped up at the rocks for a second, but surprisingly we made it. So, yeah. Besides that, communication was good. Yeah, nothing else.
All right. It's open. I'm just gonna close with "Let's get out of here before we get in trouble" for using a TeamSpeak we're not supposed to. But anyway,
Make sure to clear the evidence.
Clear the evidence. I'll see you
Thanks,
guys
Matt.
later. Hope you
Clear
had fun.
the description for TFAR channel.
All right, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. I like where the project's going. We did overcorrect, but now we're gonna rail it back until we find a nice balance. But otherwise, cheers, guys. Have a good one. Go operate operationally. I'll see you later today, maybe.